If you've played Minecraft for more than a day, you probably know that there is crafting in this game. It's literally part of the name, Minecraft. But do you know to what extent you can craft? Like, did you know you can craft snow? And I don't mean the snow block, I mean the layers of snow. Did you know you can craft magma blocks? Well, these are some crafting recipes I think that some people might overlook and, forget. But to me, I think they're kind of cute, and some more useful than others. Did you ever wonder about some crafting recipes that kind of just never knew about? You probably haven't heard of a red nether brick in a while. And, I'll just go through some that you probably don't really know exist. But they have been in the game for so long, and I wanted to showcase them because, to me, I think it's pretty neat. First off, we're in the end dimension, because I wanted to choose a slightly common one that most people do know, but it's still pretty unheard of. Anyway, this first one, you can see it all around, and you've probably seen videos about it. Anyway, the first item, it's the end rod. Most of you probably know about the end rod, you've probably seen a lot of it. It's a really nice lighting block, and there's not much to it. But the reason I chose it is because the two items aren't fully used. Like, the blaze rod is literally used just for brewing, getting to the end, and a brewing stand. And the pop coarse fruit is literally just coarse fruit popped in a furnace. And that's pretty much it. No one really does anything with this. It isn't used anywhere else. It is just for end rods. And you get 4 from crafting it, so, it's a pretty good deal. Can't contain water, though. Sorry. Can't use it for your bubble elevator. That is it for really the end dimension, but not it for dimensions in general, because there are some things in other dimensions that you probably don't know. Also, I just realized the tree thing is now inverted colors, I guess. Our next one is the crossbow. Yes, a lot of people use crossbows, and yes, it is very common to see a person having a crossbow and doing this, but you always have to look up how to make it, because I thought this was one that, not many people really think of making it. They just kill a bunch of pillagers and they get it. But the actual crafting recipe is pretty obscure. It is 3 sticks, 2 string, 1 tripwire hook, and 1 iron ingot. This is the only time a tripwire hook is really used in a crafting recipe, besides actual redstone. And I feel like this has like 5 different items in it, which is, right, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm dumb. 4 different items, which isn't the most commonly seen. Crossbows are usually used for multi-shot purposes or having something on the standby, because you can only use a bow, but you can only use a crossbow immediately. So that's why a lot of people might use crossbows, but they also have quick draw and other things that you can add on to them. Our next one is going to be in the nether. Well, the nether actually has a few things that, you never actually see placed, like the red nether brick fence and red nether brick. You don't see them anywhere. But that's not where we're at yet. That'll be next. For now, we have the magma block. And you're probably thinking, well, I've seen the magma block everywhere. Hell, it's right here. There's not much you could do with it. You just get it for your farms. It's a pretty neat thing. If you stand on it, you get damaged. You gotta crouch to not take damage. Overall, it's a pretty simple but neat block. But you might have not known that you can craft this, in fact. To craft it, all you need is 4 magma cream in a crafting table or in your crafting inventory. You'll get 1 magma block. Magma block isn't the most useful, but it is very useful for farms and other such things. So, honestly, I think this is a pretty helpful one, especially if you're in a basalt delta where magma cubes spawn frequently. And I think the next one will be a pretty neat one. So, we're moving more into the honorable mentions now, coming into our last one. So, here are 2 honorable mentions that I'd like to mention. First off, I'd like to mention the Spectral Arrow. The Spectral Arrow, all it does really is, when you shoot it at enemies, they glow. So there is no enemies because I didn't want to have to deal with it. But if I were to, they would glow. Or, hell, me. Since I have a texture pack on, it doesn't work. That's amazing. But anyway, to make one of these things, you need 4 glowstone dust and an arrow in the center. The usefulness of this block is because if you make these and have a lot of glowstone but not much arrows, this actually quadruples the amount of doubles. Sorry, I was thinking 4 because of the glowstone dust. Doubles the amount of arrows you actually have. So from 1 arrow, you get 2 spectral arrows, which can be very economic if you have a ton of glowstone but not much arrows. And the next one we were looking at is the red netherwork. You don't see this naturally spawning anywhere, and I was hoping in the nether update they'd add it somewhere, but it really is just a red version of netherwork. It looks fairly nice and has a red tint to it. To craft this, all you need is 2 netherwork and 2 nether wart. It's a fairly unique crafting recipe, as opposed to all of these are. And you get 1 red nether brick. Anyway, we're going back to the overworld for our next one, because our next 3 honorable mentions are going to be in the overworld. 2, actually. 2. Alright, yes, here we are. Back from the nether. You can see we have some horses there. And our next honorable mention is leather horse armor. This is made as a way to get any horse armor because originally you couldn't get any horse armor whatsoever. Diamond, iron, and gold, diamond, iron, and gold still cannot be obtained. But to get leather horse armor, all you need is 7 leather in an H formation. And for this, you can now equip your horses with a type of armor if, say, you're extremely unlucky and can't get any armor. So all you have to do is just put it on, and it gives them a little bit more defense. Nothing insane, but I think it's significant enough to, if you don't have any, get it. And the next 3, so technically this is 4, but I counted this as 1, are all the types of special stone, such as andesite, and I don't feel like carrying this, granite, which is the worst, and diorite, which is the second worst. All 3 of these have unique crafting recipes which were added to make it so you don't have to look everywhere to get them, say if you're on Skyblock or some other type of challenge. This isn't the reason they're made, but they're made as if you couldn't get enough. So you get andesite, you need 1 diorite and 1 cobblestone. And you're probably asking, well, how do I get 1 diorite? Well, in diorite, you get 2 cobblestone and 2 nether quartz. And to get granite, lastly, you get 1 diorite and 1 nether quartz. Now, this seems like a weird recipe because it is. It's literally a white with a white makes a red. And I don't understand. I guess Mojang knows better than me. I won't question their decision. Like I said, I wouldn't question their decision. Now we're here. Anyway, I think a sheep stepped on the record plate that was supposed to teleport me here. Who cares? So, granite, andesite. One gets 2 granite, andesite, and the other one gets 1 granite. So, fun usage if you need that type of stuff. Now, another one, which it just suddenly took me to, is blue ice. I think that's its official name, blue ice. Yes, blue ice is the official name of this. And you've probably seen it around in icebergs. They're much more difficult to break. They require a pickaxe to actually break efficiently. Because as you see with my fist, it's like mining stone. And they're not see-through, along with regular ice. But I feel like it should be mentioned. To make this is actually a recipe that I'm pretty sure no one has really seen much of. But it's extremely inefficient, that henceforth the reason people don't make it, but it's 9 packed ice to make 1 blue ice. And the reason this was added is because, say you just need blue ice really badly, but are nowhere near a cold ocean. You'd have to get a bunch of ice spikes, say you had ice spikes, and you farmed them. Now, you can also farm the actual ice because, say you have water here, once it freezes over, you can keep getting more ice and keep on going until you have an infinite supply and then you get blue ice. It's extremely slow, but again, it is a way to get it, which, in my opinion, I think it's better than having no way of getting it. So even though it's extremely inefficient, it's still a way of getting it. And for our last one, I wanted to show off something that I'm pretty sure no one has really seen, because there is no real reason to actually make it. It's so obscure and so weird that I honestly don't know why it was put in. But, you know what? I might as well share it. The snow. Just snow. Plain snow. Nothing special about snow. It is just snow. It acts just like snow. It's snow. You can get the snow with Silk Touch. You can get the snow in many other ways. To actually craft layered snow, you need snow to craft it. So there is so many other ways to get this, but they still added it. To make this, you need 3 snow in a row, which, you know, is cool, I guess. And that gets you 6 snow. So I guess it's efficient, but honestly, who's gonna use this when you can use a Silk Touch shovel on all of this? Everything here is literally snow. Why would you ever need to craft this? This is arguably less efficient than the blue ice one. But I digress. And as you can see, the water turned. Anyway, leave what you think is more inefficient. Blue ice or the snow block. Snow layer. I'm not even giving it the pleasure of being called a block. It's not a block. It's just a layer. So leave what you think is the least efficient in the comment section below. I would love to hear what you think sucks the most. So without further ado, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It means a lot to me, and I'm still growing this channel as I've been editing a lot recently, and I haven't really been able to take time for my own channel. So thank you for stopping by and checking out this video. I really appreciate it. I put a lot of time and effort into this world to make it actually, fun to watch. But yeah, again, this is the least efficient block in the entire game. Honestly, I can't see a reason why it'd be added. Like, it just makes no sense. Anyway, have a nice day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.